Right. So we've seen how convenient it can be to write a vector in its component form. Sometimes, though, it's more convenient to write it in a sum of a horizontal vector and a vertical vector. So to make this easier, let's look at the standard unit vectors. So the standard unit vectors are the vectors that we call I with the components 1, 0, and J, which has components 0, 1. So the idea here being that if you were to actually take a look at the coordinate plane, we could then construct these vectors. So we have a unit vector on the x-axis that we call our I. Sorry about that. Right, so its x component is 1, its y component is 0. And then in the y direction, we have our j, which has an x component of 0 and a y component of 1. So by applying the properties of vectors, it's possible to express any vector in terms of I and j in what we call a linear combination. So the idea here is that if we have a vector v, which has x components x and y component y, this is equal to the sum of x0 and 0y, which by our scalar multiplication properties is x times the vector 1, 0 plus y times the vector 0, 1. And so now we've rewritten this as xi plus yj. So thus v is the sum of a horizontal vector with magnitude x and a vertical vector with magnitude y. So using our triangle method, we could see the exact approach that any vector is going to have with this expression.